Hi friends, very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the daily discussion where we discuss important topics for the UPSC Prelims Examination 2026. Guys, if I'm audible, please say yes in the comment box. If you can see me, please say yes in the comment box. Okay, so what we are going to do is that I'm going to take you to the today's slide. So I hope my slide is visible to all of you. Guys, the idea of these discussion is basically to help you understand what are the important topics for this year and also see what kind of PYQs have been coming on those topics. So guys, we have already covered polity and history and we have started with geography. In geography today we have the last day of the physical geography, which is oceanography. So generally if you analyze the PYQs, you will see that very few questions come from oceanography. Okay, very few questions have been coming from oceanography. So do not spend too much time on oceanography. Just read one reading of the fundamentals of the physical geography oceanography chapter focused on ocean current, salinity profile. These two topics are the most important topics. Then there are some aspects of oceanography which is coral reefs. Coral reefs are the most important topic which is also linked to the climate change and environment. Okay, so environment and geography here kind of comes together. And also guys, what is the impact of global warming on ocean? This is also an important theme. If you see, multiple questions in the past have come on this theme. So first what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you which are the important topics from oceanography for this year prelims examination. So you can see here we have just 5 topics. We have just 5 topics, okay, for the oceanography. Here the global sea ice cover, which is linked to climate change. Next we have the Arctic sea ice. Guys, polar water is very important. Whenever you read oceanography, please focus more on the polar water, because I told you na, climate change and ocean, they have very important linkages. Okay, next guys, this swell waves. Okay, swell waves, Sri Lanka as a natural barrier, climate change and ocean, sea level rise, again climate change, coral reefs, and southern ocean. Southern ocean can also be one topic which can be asked in the prelims. Okay, southern ocean. So let's try to see some of the PYQs which have been coming. Okay, so what I will do is that I'll just take you to this topic. Okay, so if you see here, in the global sea ice cover, okay, there has been decline in sea ice cover. So guys, what happens when the sea ice cover falls, particularly in the polar regions? What happens? So guys, there is a concept called albedo. Okay, albedo is a very important concept. Okay, so whenever the sea ice reduces, then what will happen is the albedo also will get impacted. Okay, so solar and the sea ice, basically it reflects the sun rays. Okay, it reflects the sun rays when it melts. So the sun rays can go into the water and it will lead to more warming. Okay, so albedo effect is one of the most important effect which you need to prepare. Okay, and UPSC has been asking questions on albedo effect multiple times. Okay, you can see here, okay, sea ice have high albedo. When the sea ice albedo reduces, then this will be a big issue. Okay, this will be a big issue. It will impact everything. It will impact the climate change. Okay, sea will get more warmer. Okay, it will absorb the solar radiation. Melting of sea ice will also release fresh water into the ocean, reducing the salinity and sea surface density. Okay, so what is the impact of this sea ice melting on the salinity, which is reducing the salinity and reducing the density of the sea water? Okay, this will weaken the oceanic overturning circulation. Okay, so there is a overturning circulation, Atlantic overturning circulation, that also gets affected because of the global warming, because of the sea ice melting. Okay, so this is an important topic which can be asked in the prelims examination. Here, you know, guys, marine food chain, everything gets destabilized. Okay, so I'm going to show you one of the PYQs. Okay, so let us see this PYQ. How many of you can answer this question? This is a PYQ. Let me see how many of you can answer this question. Let me show you the PYQ. This PYQ is on the albedo effect. You see this question: taiga, tropical evergreen, tropical deciduous, tundra. The correct sequence of decreasing order of albedo value in these ecosystem is. Okay, what is the answer to this? Someone is saying what is the 120 days revision ki playlist? Its playlist is already there. Join my Telegram channel. In the night I will share the playlist. All videos are there. All 30 videos, the previous 30 videos are there in the thing. What is the answer to this question, guys? What is the answer to this question? Okay, just now we have seen polar regions. Polar regions, they have what? High albedo. They have high albedo. Reflection, reflect the sun rays, and which will have the lowest albedo? The tropical evergreen forest. The tropical evergreen forest will have the lowest albedo. Tropical evergreen forest will have the lowest albedo. This is very, very important. Okay. What should be the answer, guys? Okay. Polar regions, highest. Okay, if you see there, polar regions will be the highest and equator will be the lowest. Okay. Option C. Most of you are saying option C. Very good. Okay. Option C, guys. Tundra, taiga, and then we have the tropical deciduous and then tropical evergreen. Is this clear, guys? First question is clear. Everyone, guys, albedo is clear or not? It's very important concept. So you see how I am linking the current affairs, and then we are linking the PYQs. This is how I frame questions in my test series. Okay, this is how I frame questions in my test series, and this is really going to really benefit you a lot. Okay, now let me go back to, okay, see, another topic, guys, is on the Arctic Sea melting. Okay, so guys, if you see here, there is some news that the melting of Arctic Sea has slowed down. Okay, so this can also just go through what is the news, what is the impact of it, go through it. Okay, they won't go so detail of it, but you should have an idea. About this. Okay, like this, guys, if you see, there is one topic which is the Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is acting as a natural barrier protecting the southeastern coast from ocean's flurry. Okay, so guys, there are something called swell waves, which is long, okay, which is waves which are generated because of, okay, disturbance, oceanic disturbance. Okay, maybe wind, okay, strong wind. Okay, these waves are basically long wavelength ocean waves that travel away from the places of origin. They are generally caused by wind storms, this swell waves. Okay, so if you see swell waves in India, the eastern coast, whether it is the Andhra Pradesh or when we see that Tamil Nadu, okay, they do not have, okay, swell waves. They do not have so many swell waves. Why? Because of the Sri Lanka, because of the location of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka protects the southeastern coast from swell waves. Okay, this is very important. but on the Kerala coast we have lot of swell waves. Okay, swell waves. So location you should study. Location you should study. Sri Lanka is one country which is very important. Yesterday we have seen tropical cyclone generally do not come in Sri Lanka because Sri Lanka is nearer to the equator. But this year there was a tropical cyclone hitting Sri Lanka. So guys, this entire region, okay, Sri Lanka becomes very important. So please do prepare swell waves. Swell waves are what? Long wavelength waves. Long wavelength waves that travel away from the point of origin. Is this clear, guys? They are basically created by wind storms. They are basically created by wind storms. Okay. Now, moving on, guys. Okay, moving on. Climate change and ocean. I was telling you now that climate change and ocean, what is the linkage, is also a very important theme in the prelims. Okay. So, guys, one thing which is in climate change, there is a term called tipping point. Tipping point is a point, okay, beyond which if there is climate change, then it will lead to irreversible change. It will lead to irreversible change. Okay. So the more the ocean gets heated up, okay, it is moving towards the tipping point. It is moving towards the tipping point. So there is a threshold of, you can see here, 1.5 degrees Celsius, okay, which has already been, okay, surpassed, okay. So here you need to prepare one very important oceanic phenomena which is called Atlantic meridional overturning circulation. Okay, this is very important. Atlantic meridional overturning circulation. Okay, there are a lot of research going on this circulation. It basically is important for distribution of heat in the earth, okay, over the earth. Okay, heat gets distributed because of this circulation. Okay, so if you see the heat from the the southern areas go towards the northern area because of this Atlantic meridional overturning circulation. Okay, transporting of warm water from the tropics to the North Atlantic. Okay, so the warm water basically gets transported towards the North Atlantic. Okay, so basically overall temperature maintenance, this plays a very important role in the temperature maintenance. So you may get a question on this AMOC. Okay, now guys, because of the global warming, coral reefs are getting bleached. So guys, UPSC is asking a lot of questions on coral reefs. Okay, let us see this question, guys. This is a PYQ. Bio-rock technology is talked about which of the following situations? Okay, what is bio-rock technology? Guys, bio-rock technology is basically for restoration of damaged coral reefs. Okay, so coral reefs are again in news this year. I have a belief that UPSC will ask questions on coral reefs. Okay, so please do prepare coral reefs. Where in India coral reefs are found? Okay, in India coral reefs are found in Lakshadweep, then Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, so there are areas where coral reefs are found. Okay, so you may expect a question on coral reefs in India. Okay, you can see multiple questions have been coming on coral reefs. This is another question on coral reefs. Consider the following statements. Most of the coral reefs are in the tropical water. Yes, this is correct. Most of the coral reefs are in the tropical waters. More than 1/3 of the coral reefs are located in territories of Australia, Indonesia, Philippines. This is also correct. Third statement, coral reefs host more number of animal phylums than hosted by the tropical rainforest. This is also correct. Coral reefs, guys, biodiversity is very high. So the answer is what? 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. So coral reefs, guys, is an important theme. Multiple questions have been coming on coral reef. This year I am expecting a question on coral reefs, particularly coral bleaching. Coral bleaching. What will happen if there is coral bleaching? You know, guys, entire food chain of the ocean will get disrupted. Food chain. Okay, so this is very, very important. Coral reefs. You can see one question which I have brought from the PYQs. Acidification of ocean is increasing. Why acidification of ocean is increasing? Because of what? Okay, temperature rise. Because of what? Temperature rise. Okay. Why is this phenomena cause of concern? Why is acidification of ocean a cause of concern? Obviously, guys, coral reefs will get adversely impacted. Coral reefs will get adversely impacted, guys. The growth and survival of calcareous phytoplanktons will also get impacted. Calcareous, calcium, okay, calcareous, that will also get impacted, because once you are acidic, then the calcium will react or not. Third, the survival of some animals that have phytoplankton larvae will be adversely affected. Yes, this is also correct. Okay, this is also correct. The cloud seeding and formation of clouds will be adversely affected. Cloud seedings will not be. Cloud seeding has nothing to do with ocean acidification. So statement 4 is not correct. Answer is option D. Answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Is this clear, guys? Cloud seeding has nothing to do with ocean acidification. Okay. And whenever they will say, okay, like unrelated stuff, unrelated, cloud seeding is nowhere related to ocean acidification. Cloud seeding, even we have studied in the climatology, that when we sprinkle those salt particles in the cloud, there is cloud seeding. Okay. So let us see next question, guys. Okay, let us see this next question. What will happen if phytoplanktons of ocean is completely destroyed for some reason? What will happen if phytoplankton of ocean is completely destroyed for some reason? Okay. So the ocean as a carbon sink would be adversely affected, guys. You know, oceans are the most important carbon sink. How they are carbon sink? Because of the phytoplankton. Phytoplankton, basically they do photosynthesis and they basically help in, okay, taking the carbon dioxide from atmosphere. It's a sink. It's a carbon sink. Okay. Because of the ocean, because of the phytoplanktons, the level of carbon dioxide is stable. Okay. If suppose phytoplanktons are destroyed, then ocean as a carbon sink will reduce its impact. Okay. Next, food chain is adversely affected. Yes, obviously food chain will get affected. When there is no phytoplankton, then how the fish will survive? Okay, obviously their entire food chain will collapse, because phytoplankton is at the bottom of the food chain of the ocean. So obviously statement 1, statement 2 is correct. The density of the ocean would be drastically decreased. No, drastically is a extreme word. Drastically is an extreme word you can eliminate. How can drastic decrease of density happen just because phytoplanktons are not there? Density of ocean is related to the salinity. Okay, salinity. Okay, so this is obviously not the correct answer. So we have the answer 1 and 2 only. Option A is the correct answer. Okay, option A is the correct answer. Okay, like this, guys, multiple questions have been coming. Okay, let us see this question on salinity. Let me see how many of you are able to answer. This is a question on salinity. This is from geoscientist. This is from geoscientist examination. Let me see how many of you can answer. This is given in the NCERT. Directly from the NCERT, guys. If you have read the NCERT, you can see here. It's given in the NCERT book. It's given in the NCERT book, guys. Directly it has been taken from the NCERT. Let me see how many of you are able to answer it. Okay, let me see how many of you are able to answer it. What is the answer of this question? Okay, what is the answer of this question, guys? North Sea has low salinity or North Sea has high salinity? North Sea has high salinity, not low. Okay, so first statement is incorrect. So option A is not correct. Option D is also not correct. Okay, Baltic Sea records low salinity due to influx of water. Okay, Baltic Sea. Okay, is this clear, guys? Yes, statement 2 is correct. The Mediterranean Sea records high salinity due to evaporation. This is also correct. Statement 3 is also correct. Okay, 4. The Black Sea has high salinity due to lack of reverse influx. No, this is not correct. This is Not correct. It's clearly written here. It's clearly written here, guys, that, okay, you can see here, Black Sea has low salinity because of high water influx. Because of high water influx, directly taken from the NCERT. Okay, so answer is what? Option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, so I hope, please do read this, okay, salinity chapter. This is very, very important. They have talked about the salinity of the Red Sea. Why Red Sea salinity is high? Because you can see here, it is a landlocked Red Sea. In the NCERT, guys, they have talked about Red Sea. Why Red Sea salinity is high or low? Guys, Red Sea salinity is high or low? This is given in the NCERT, guys. Guys, this is given in the NCERT, guys. See my book, sir. Please see my book, sir. Sir, I have read this book. I have underlined this important stuff. Directly question UPSC is asking. Geoscientist examination, sir. Geoscientist. Red Sea. Okay. See, I am reading from the NCERT. The salinity in the Pacific Ocean is mainly due to its shape and large areal extent. The salinity decreases on the western part of the northern hemisphere because of influx of melted water from Arctic region. In the same way, in the south, it decreases to, okay, it decreases again. The average salinity of Atlantic Ocean is around 36. The highest salinity is recorded between 15 degree latitude and 20 degree latitude. Highest salinity is between what? 15 degree and 20 degree. So they may ask you, where is the highest salinity? Okay, they may ask you this also. They may ask you this also. Okay. So please do have a look at it. All the sea, North Sea, Baltic Sea, okay, Black Sea, okay. Okay, one interesting. Bay of Bengal has high salinity or Arabian Sea? Let me see how many of you can answer. Bay of Bengal has high salinity or Arabian Sea? Guys, Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea? In Bay of Bengal, lot of rivers are coming. Rivers or not? Bay of Bengal, rivers are coming. When rivers will come, salinity will decrease or not? Guys, like this, UPSC is framing questions directly from the NCERT. How many of you think this is really amazing? Source tracing. I'm tracing the source, guys. This is geoscientist question. This is geoscientist question. I'm tracing the source. UPSC has a habit of asking such questions. Okay. So guys, swell waves I have told you. Swell waves I have explained you. Okay. Let me see how many of you can answer this question. What is the answer of this question, guys? Let me see how many of you can answer this question. See, Russia does not have boundary with North Sea. Russia does not have boundary with North Sea. So if you eliminate North Sea, we get Baltic Sea, Caspian Sea and White Sea. So the answer is option C. The answer is option C. Okay. Why this is important? Because Russia is in news. Russia. Okay. Russia is in news, guys. Russia. Okay. Very, very important. Is this clear, guys? So like this, guys, okay, go through this notes. Coral reefs, you can see here, okay, coral reefs, okay, sea levels rising in Maldives and Lakshadweep. Coral reefs, they are talked about. Coral bleaching, what are the conditions required for coral reefs? Generally found in tropical waters, 23 to 25 degrees Celsius, depth of 50 meter, saline conditions, clear water, okay, types of coral reefs, fringing reefs, barrier reefs, atolls, patch reefs, global distribution as I told you, okay, generally between 30° north to 30° south. Okay, you can see here coral triangle, Indonesia, Philippines, Papua New Guinea. Coral triangle is very important. Map location, coral triangle, 30% of coral reefs are there only. Ocean acidification, climate change, pollution, all these are threat to coral reefs. Okay. Last topic, guys, Southern Ocean is very important. Southern Ocean. You know, guys, Southern Ocean, okay, is important for what? Southern Ocean, although it covers only 20% of the global ocean area, but it absorbs 40% of the carbon dioxide. Okay, this is what is importance of Southern Ocean. Guys, you know, all the oceans are connected. All the oceans are connected, and Southern Ocean plays a very important role in entire ocean. Okay, in entire ocean. Okay, so Southern Ocean, although it has an area of around 25% of the global ocean, it has 40% of the carbon dioxide. Okay, so this can be a very important topic. Southern Ocean is only ocean which connects, okay, Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Ocean. Southern Ocean is the only ocean which connects Atlantic, Pacific and Indian Ocean. Is this clear, guys? Is this clear? It is very important for the thermohaline circulation. So please do look into Southern Ocean. There may be a question from Southern Ocean this year. Okay. So I hope these were some of the important topics, guys. Some of the PYQs we have discussed. See, oceanography questions are very rare. Okay, maximum one question from oceanography, not more questions. More questions from climatology. Okay, but these were some of the questions which I wanted to show. I hope the session was useful, guys. Okay, I'm trying my best. Today I have uploaded elimination sessions. Okay, elimination session. How many of you have watched the elimination session? How many of you have watched the elimination session? Was it useful? Please do let me know what kind of sessions do you want in the coming years. You want more elimination session? You want CSAT session? You want RC sessions? Do let me know. Okay. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night.